Hello and welcome back to Rocco Baby Crochet. In today's video we're going to be making these really cute little drawstring bags. I'm going to be filling them with mini eggs and chocolate for Easter for people. Let me just open them up for you. They're really simple to make. It's only 19 rounds, so they're a really quick little project and you can get loads of little goodies in there. I've got them ready to go here. I tried these. I had to try one. They're like my favourites. If these make it to Easter Sunday, then I don't know, that's a little minor miracle, but they're lovely. Right, so let's get going. I'm going to make a little pink one, but I just thought I'd show you what it looks like finished. So you want to get some double knitting wool. I'm going to do a pink one. I've gone down 2 sizes in my crochet hook. So normally you'd use a 4mm hook. I'm using a 3mm hook for this project. I wanted it a nice tight stitch that you can't see through, so you don't know what's inside the bag until you open it up. So that's why I went down a hook size. The majority of the project is made using a half treble crochet, and we're gonna start it off with a magic ring, and then we'll show you how to make this little cord here as well, which is really simple to do. Okay, so if you take your wool that you've picked, let me just find my end, and we're just going to quickly make a magic ring. So take your loose end of yarn, wrap it around your fingers making the X, and back up. Turn your hand over, pop your hook underneath this first loop of wool and pull through the second loop, the back loop. Twist your hook upwards and hook it back through that back loop there and pull it down. And there's your magic ring. So again, you need to make sure that you're crocheting around both the loose end, which will pull your work together and form the circle, and the base of the bag. So you need to make sure you're working around that and also the magic ring. So if you just pull it to a size that's manageable for you to work around. And this first round, we're going to be working 10 half treble crochets all the way round. So you want to yarn over, insert your hook into your magic ring and underneath the loose end, yarn over and pull up a loop, so you'll have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops, and that's how you do your half treble crochet. So we're going to do 10 of them, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So for this project we're working in a spiral, so we are not going to be chaining up a row, so it might be handy for you to have a stitch marker so you don't lose your first stitch. So what we want to do is we're going to go straight into the first stitch and pop 2 half treble crochets. So if you're a little bit confused, you can count backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's the top of my first half treble. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook underneath both of the top loops of that stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop and make my first half treble of that row. So I'm going to go ahead and make my second one, and then I'm going to place my stitch marker just in the top of my first stitch so I don't lose it. So you're going to be placing 2 half treble crochets in every stitch around Once you've finished this round, you should have a total of 20 stitches. So if you want to hit pause while you just do that, and I'll meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so I've come to the end of round 2. I'm back at my stitch marker, and for round 3 we're going to increase the round by 10 stitches. So in total, round 3 is going to have a total of 30 stitches, and the way that we do that is we pop an increasing stitch in every other stitch around. So this first one, still half treble crochets. Into the first stitch you're going to place 2, 1 and 2, and then pop your stitch marker back in that first one, then you don't lose it. And then into the next one you're going to place 1, 2 into the next one, and 1 into the next one. And you just do that all the way around for a total of 30 stitches, and you should be finishing on a single half treble crochet in your last stitch. So I'll meet you back at the end of this round if you want to hit pause. Okay, so this is the base of the little drawstring bag completed. So we're not going to be doing any more increasing from here on out. So rows 4 through to 16, they're all going to be just 1 half treble crochet in every stitch around. So you're still working in the spiral, so you're going to want to keep a track of where your first stitch is and keep a note of what row you're on. So this is row 4 that we're doing now, and you're just going to repeat this all the way around, continuing in the spiral until you have finished row 16. So you just literally keep going round and around, and if you want to hit pause on the video, I'll meet you back when I've completed my 16th row, continuing to work into that spiral. So you never slip stitching or chaining up, you just work your next stitch into the first stitch of the previous round like we've done on the first 3 rows. Okie dokie, so if you hit pause, and I'll meet you back when we've all got 16 rows of half treble crochets. Okay, so I've just finished my last stitch in round 16, and that is the end of us working in a spiral as well. So what I'm going to do now is to finish off round 16, I'm just going to slip stitch to this first stitch. So insert my hook, yarn over and pull through, and then pull through that loop. And then our next round is going to be making these sort of posts that we pop the cord through. So the way that we do that is you want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to skip this stitch and do a treble crochet into the next stitch. So you want to yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through your last 2. Then you want to chain 1, skip a stitch, and into the next stitch you're going to place another treble crochet. So yarn over, insert in your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, chain 1, skip a stitch, and then treble into that next stitch there. And you're just going to repeat that all the way around. So it's a really nice, quick, easy project this for you. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and then a treble, chain 1, skip that stitch, and into this stitch place another treble, all the way around. So continue doing that and you should be left at the end with a stitch that you're not going to place anything into. So if you want to hit pause, and I'll meet you around when I've finished my trebles. Okay, so I've done all my trebles. I've got one stitch left there. So what I'm going to do is just chain one. I think I've already chained one. Oh, did it automatically? Let me just put my hook back in there. Chain one, and I'm going to slip stitch over to the top of my third chain. So you can count them 1, 2, 3. So into this one here, I'm just going to slip stitch across. And then from here, it's another nice easy round. You're just going to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. And that counts as a treble. Into this chain space here, you're going to place 1 treble crochet. So you just go into the gap, you don't need to go into the stitches or anything like that. Make a treble, and then you're going to pop a treble into the top of the treble from the previous round. So 1 into here, and then you're going to pop a treble into this chain space, one into the top of the next treble from the previous round, and you're just going to continue that all the way around until you've got there'll be 29 trebles in total, and then this chain 3, so 30 stitches. So if you want to hit pause, and I'll meet you back once I'm at my last stitch. Okay, so I've gone all the way around. I've got 1 treble left to place here into the chain space. So I'll just do my last stitch, and then what I'm going to do is slip stitch to the top of the third chain. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Can you see those? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to slip stitch to the top of my third chain, and we are now just going to do our final round, and another really easy one. So you want to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then you're going to place 1 treble crochet in every stitch around. So including this chain 3, you'll have a stitch count of 30. So it'll be 29 trebles plus your chain 3. So 1, 2. So if you want to hit pause and work your way around, and I'll meet you when I've come to the end of this round, show you how to tie it off and how we make the card for the drawstring. Okay, so if you want to hit pause, I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so I've just placed my last stitch at the top of my treble crochet, and what I want to do to finish this off is I'm going to slip stitch to the top of the chain 3. So 1, 2, 3. So there's the top of my chain 3. So I'm just going to insert my hook, pull through the yarn, take off that first loop off my hook, chain 1, just need to grab my scissors, leaving 3 or 4 inches just to sew in, pull through on that loose end and pull on it just to secure the knot. And that's the base of your bag complete. So I'll just turn it inside out, and I'm going to sew in these little ends just to make it a little bit neater. So if you've got a darning needle, grab that now. Okay, so I've just threaded my loose end, and I'm just going to go under these stitches here, couple down, pull it through, and then I'm just going to go across just going underneath the back half of the stitches, just so it doesn't peek through on the front of the work. So you want to go under 5 or 6 stitches and then pull it through. And then skip the first stitch and follow back underneath those same stitches that you first went under. Give it a little pull just to make sure it's not changing the shape of the top of your bag, and then you can trim that end. And then the base of your magic ring, just thread that. You just want to go under a couple of these stitches. Should have really got a smaller needle. Just do it in. There we go. So I've gone through 6 stitches all together, and then just skip that first one and follow it all the way back, and that just secures your magic ring so it's not going to come open. Pull that through, give it a little stretch, and then you can trim that loose end. And then turn it back the right way. So to make this little card, this is really simple to make. You want to take your yarn. These look nice if you do it like a contrasting colour, contrast as well in your colour. I've just kept them all the same. That's just what I wanted for this project. So, but you can make these as colourful as you want. You can even do colour changes in your bag to make that a little bit jazzier. So you want to make a slip knot and pop your hook in, and we're just going to chain 85. So you're yarning over and pull through, yarn over, pull through, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 70. So just 15 left to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84 and 85. So to turn the chain into looking a little bit like more like a cord, I tried a couple of different things. I tried doing a double crochet in UK, single crochet in US terminology, and it made it a little bit bulky. You could leave it just as chains, but I think that it looks so much nicer if you just finish it off by, I decided that a slip stitch was the best way to do it, to make it look a little bit prettier than just a simple chain. And I work into the back loops of this. So what you want to do in the second back loop from your hook, so there's the first back loop, there's the second, you can see all the back loops there just sticking up a little bit. I just slip stitch all the way along, so I insert my hook, pull up a loop and slip that first loop off. Go into my next back loop, insert my hook, pull up a loop and slip that first loop off. And you're going to do that all the way across until you come back to the beginning. So if you want to hit pause just while you do that, it can be a little bit fiddly on your first few stitches, but then once you get going it's easy. So if you want to hit pause, and I'll meet you back once I've made my way across my chains. Okay, I've slip stitched now all the way across my 85 chains. So right at the end, just to finish it off, just chain one as you normally would. Leave yourself a few inches, pull up on that loose end and pull firmly on that. Just gonna run the end in the inside of the card. So thread your loose end and then you just want to go under and through a couple of those stitches. It's a little bit more difficult because you've not got an awful lot to stitch into, so I just weave it in and out just to make it a little bit more secure so it's not going to come undone. Trim that, give it a little pull and you'll lose that end, and then I do the same with my other end. So just thread your yarn and then weave it just in and out of those first few stitches. Maybe a little bit more difficult with your second loose end because you've already got the first loose end that you've tied through, and then just pull that through and that just keeps it a little bit more secure. Pull on it, and they really are barely noticeable. I think that the only people who will notice them are people who are crocheters or knitters. Trim that end and then you can thread it. So you just want to go under and pull it through, under and out. Don't want it getting twisted. You're just going in and out all the way around. It's a really nice project, so it's sort of an under an hour Easter project that you can do. Nearly there. So there you go. So they're pretty even ends, so you can pull that closed, and then there's enough cord to still tie a little bow in it. And you can fill them with whatever goodies you want. Okie dokie, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we will see you very soon. Bye bye.